Virgos, welcome to your monthly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for July of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Virgo, in this video, we're going to talk about the most important astrological events of the month. We're not going to cover everything, of course, but if you do want a more specific look, do check your weeklies where I do go into the specific aspects of the month. So starting with the most important astrological event, which is going to be a new moon on the 4th, is going to be taking place in your 10th house of your career. So there's new beginnings now this month, and they'll be subtle at the beginning, but as the month unfolds, cultivating your public life, your public image, your career, and anything that you do consider that productive area. So I think it's great. I think it's great to plant new seeds with this around the 4th and see maybe some new intentions you want to set with all this and continue to cultivate this area as things move forward for you. Now on the 8th, we have Venus going into Cancer, which is your 11th house of your aspirations, and also the value that you derive from your work, which could be financial, but it could also be the enjoyment of giving through your work, which is all about that 11th house, and the satisfaction you derive from your work. So that's going to be on the 8th with that shift, but then Mercury is going to shift into the 11th on the 11th. Then the Sun's going to shift into the 11th on the 17th. So you got all these fast-moving planets, all very close to each other, shifting into this house for you. So this early to middle part of the month. And I think what you'll find is that you could be enjoying perhaps a bit more of this giving nature, maybe doing some networking, some of you, maybe connecting with friends. And all in all, I think just pursuing these aspirations and these values from your work that can be very enjoyable. You can learn a lot with that, with Mercury. And then on the 17th onward, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of awareness being gained through this more interactive, this future-oriented part of the chart, which is all about the future aspirations, the future values from your career and networking and all these, connections and whatnot, however that's manifesting for you. But that's going to be the area of the new beginning of the new moon next month. So it's a good second half of this month to continue to focus on this. You'll be gaining that energy, and that's setting the foundation for what will be these new beginnings with your aspirations. Now on the 17th as well, Mars is going to be trining up to Chiron. And the thing about Mars this month is that he's actually direct. He went direct at the end of last month in June. So there's a lot more motivation, a lot more energy, I think, this month collectively. And there's some healing with that on the 17th, but a lot of this has to do with your values in life. Maybe even some of you, your finances, because that's where Mars is retrograde. So you guys went through this sort of reflection, this re-examination of your values these past few months, off and on. And so now, motivated. I mean, there should be some motivations here to cultivate the financial life, your values in life. Some of you have this greater sense of self-worth, self-reliance, which can be very strong. And that's the energy of the month. And I think around the 17th, you could be feeling quite healed, quite rejuvenated with some of that. And the healing could be coming through relationships because you've had Chiron in your 7th house shifted into here this year. So there's this new type of healing this year about relationships and interpersonal connections, either coming through them or you guys are healing through your relationships or whatever it is. But it could be involving that. And that's, again, very supportive there around the 17th. Now on the 19th, we have the full moon, and that's going to be in Sagittarius, which is your 4th house. And this is the house of your home, your family, and your health. So now a culmination. In fact, this is the location of the last month's full moon in June. So you have 2 full moons in Sagittarius. So continued cultivation with this area. This could be things that you maybe have specifically been involved with over the past 6 months relating to either your location or your family or your health. That is coming up to a high point, to the status check. And it's a good time to see what's working with it, what's not, how you can modify or let go of what's not working and continue to put energy into what is with these roots in your life. It's also your emotional body too, this greater awareness of this nurturing and caring quality in your emotions, which of course we all do have. So that's the 19th full moon. Then on the 21st, we have your ruler Mercury shifting into Leo. So your Mercury is actually going to be shifting into, your ruler is going to be shifting into 2 different signs this month. And this last week here into Leo is going to be specifically relating to the deeper side of life. So what you'll find is this last week, it's good to maybe get some of that alone time, get some of that R&R, that reflection, and meditates or whatever it is that helps you connect with that. Work behind the scenes if you're feeling guided to, but I think you can enjoy it specifically from the 24th onward once Venus goes in there. All right, this is enjoying a bit more of that, relaxing approach, maybe even in regards to your relationships, a bit more of that easygoingness, which can go a long ways this last week. Now, the last major astrological event will be Uranus going retrograde on the 29th, and this is going to be in that 7th house of relationships. So there's this re-examination about the importance of you having freedom in your relationships, however that's manifesting for you personally in your life. And for the next 6 months to think about this, to reflect. And there could even be the shift at the end of the month about another understanding about the importance of freedom in relationships and freedom of being yourself and allowing others to be themselves and having that space where two individuals unite. And that could be in your romantic relationships, but all kinds of relationships in your life, which is that 7th house. All right, so Virgos, hope you guys have a fantastic month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.